Hey everybody, it's Christy at Hooks and Horseshoes. How are you today? Today I wanted to talk about a finished object that I have completed. It's kind of a big deal. Kind of. It's kind of a big deal. But first I wanted to say thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, if you would like to do so, please just click that button down below. Um, and yeah, so just thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. I know I've been a little slack in posting videos, but you know, things happen. So today, like I said, I wanted to talk about the blanket that I completed. I actually finished it last night. It is called the Doodad from Hooked on Sunshine. This blanket is one of probably, it's not the biggest blanket I've done, but it's the most complicated blanket I've done. Uh, the way it came about was that, let me show it to you real quick. This is the center, and then you just start, you have repeat rounds. You do so many rounds, and then you repeat rounds, and then you'll have repeat rounds. Um, it's real big, y'all. I'm not gonna be able to show the whole thing unless I'll take a picture and put it on the bed or somewhere that will allow me to share. But I love it. I love it. And I want to say I would not have taken on this blanket had it not been for Christy. My yarn swap friend we participated in Summer's Tips and Stitches Facebook yarn swap that she did last year, which she does several throughout the year, from what I understand. But me and Christy participated last year. I think it was in early, maybe around this time last year. I have to look. But anyway, she's in Oklahoma, and we have stayed in touch and communicated, and we actually shared another yarn swap back in just before Christmas of last year, and I've already got another box started to send her. But anyway, okay, so the way this blanket came about for me was I was talking to her, and I was saying, hey, let's get a pattern that we can both work on, and just talk about things and work on it together. And that's what we did. Of course, I have finished mine. I don't think she's finished hers, but she was a tremendous help in the very beginning for me, because there was a lot of stitches on here. Not that I'm not gonna say that I hadn't heard of, but I just hadn't done a lot of, and so they were a little bit confusing, and I would say intimidating, maybe. But then, of course, another reason these kind of projects or patterns intimidate me is the counting. You gotta make sure you have the right count on each round or row, and but anyway, it worked out. It worked out, and I love this blanket, y'all. I love this blanket. Like I said, I'll try to get a video or a picture of it laying somewhere completely laid out so we can see how big it is, because I don't even know how big it is. I did lay it on I have a queen size bed, and I did lay it on it last week because I ran out of yarn last week in the middle of one of the repeat rounds. And so instead of pulling it back to the end, or just, trying to finish it where it was, I reached out to, and I made a video on YouTube, and I'll probably take that down, being that I've already got the yarn, and I didn't want to, I know there's no sense in leaving it up when I no longer need the yarn. But anyway, so the YouTube video didn't work, but Christy was telling me about a Facebook group that is strictly Lion Brand Mandala, and well, this Facebook group was Lion Brand Mandala and Cupcake Yarn. So anyway, she sent me an invite to it, and I go on there and I make a post saying, I'm willing to do a yarn swap. And I was going to purchase it too, but I'd rather do a swap. Like I said, I just enjoy swaps, yarn swaps. They're fun. So if anybody's interested in a yarn swap, you just send me an email. I'll share that in the link below too. But anyway, I got on this Facebook group. It's called Mandala Yarn and Cupcake Yarn by Lion Brand. Buy, sell, and trade. So I got on there, made a little, spill of what I needed. Originally I was going to go with just one cake of yarn, but then I thought, because I was going through one cake just to try to get around the repeat, and I was ending up, short. So I asked actually for 2 cakes of yarn just to make sure that I had enough to finish out this repeat round. And I did. So what happened is I made a post and I shared a picture of the yarn I needed and the colorway and all that stuff. And within just a few minutes, I had several people that were reaching out saying, hey, I have this yarn, let me go home. Or I think I have this yarn. And then I had somebody who immediately reached out to me through Messenger and said, I've got the yarn, I will send it to you. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. My phone, if I don't check, had a message, and if I don't check it, it's just going to keep dinging, and I didn't want it to be distracting. All right, so yeah, so I got on there, and this lady, her name is Gail. So Gail, if you're watching, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for doing this. Gail did not want any money in return. She didn't want any other yarn in return. So she says just, pay it forward. And it was helping her. I was helping her declutter and destash. So, I understand that. So I'm going to pay forward. I'm going to pay it forward somewhere soon down the road or in a yarn swap. But so she sent me 2 cakes of yarn, and I got it just the other day, and I finished up the blanket last night. But again, if Christy hadn't have suggested this pattern, I don't know that I would have ever done it. And I'm so glad that I did, though. I feel I'm proud of myself. I mean, I was in the beginning, I had a lot of questions that she was able to help me with. I was having issues with the count, but then it all just kind of worked out. And so I'm gonna show it again because I like it so much. It just turned out so good. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it at this point. I don't know that I don't know if I'll keep it or give it away or but yeah. But I wanted to talk about Christy real quick. So Christy, if you're watching, you're just gonna have to tune me out. But Christy has 2 Etsy shops, and one of her Etsy shops is called CMR Designs for You. It's a license plate, custom license plate art. And I'm gonna be honest, I had never heard of this until I met her, and she shared some of her items with me. One of them I have showed in a previous video was a keychain with the letter K on it. It's really cute. I carry it with me every day I go to work. It's on my book bag. And then in this last swap that we did, she sent me this pencil holder. I can't remember if I shared a video or made a video of that, but this is a license plate, and it's a pencil holder, and I think it's the coolest thing. It's from Oklahoma. It's an Oklahoma license plate. So if you are looking for any kind of gift, there's all kinds of stuff on her Etsy page that would work out for, I think, any kind of situation. I mean, I can say any kind, but for a lot of gift situations and things like that. And then she has also started hand dyeing yarn, and she's created an Etsy page. It's called Stitching with Yarn. I'll share all these links below. She's got some of her hand dyed yarn on her Etsy page, and let me tell y'all, it is gorgeous. I mean, just like she shares the pictures with me all the time, and I'm just like, that is so, it's just gorgeous, just beautiful yarn. And so I will share her 2 Etsy pages below in the link in the description box. I will share Hooked on Sunshine's the doodad pattern and link. I'll share all the links down below in the description box. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, you can always email me, and I will share that down below. So yeah, the yarn that I used was Lion Brand Mandala, but it was the colorway Wood Nymph, and I used almost 8 skeins of it, so it's got like 4,700 yards in the blanket. That's a lot of yarn. That's a lot of yarn. But again, like I really had fun with it. I did. I told Christy several times I can't stand the back loop only. I can't stand the back loops like single crochet only. It's driving me crazy. Um, but there's certain stitches that I would do. I'm like, oh gosh, but it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. Um, and then I would come across mistakes because there are mistakes in this blanket. I don't know that anybody would ever be able to find. I don't know that I would be able to find now that it's completed. But I was able to work it out so you can't really tell. And it would have to be like you'd have to go round by round or row by row, and even then, it'd be hard to figure it out. So I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to share. Like I said, I really appreciate you being here. Um, if I'll link everything in the description box. If you have any questions, just email me or make a comment about it, and I'll answer it the best I can. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.